Today's guest is a rider who brings more than just speed to the track. He brings energy, personality, and a true love for the sport. Aaron Plessinger has built a career that fans rally behind, not just for the results, but for who he truly is. From his early days of GNCC racing to now in Supercross and motocross. Today, we get into the story of our favorite cowboy, the people's champ. This is Aaron Plessinger on Life After Moto. If you like what you hear, please consider a like and subscribe for future podcasts. Enjoy.
Oh, yeah. Let me crank you up in the headphones.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, dude.
AP, what's going on, baby?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just cruising, man.
Hey, hold on one
Cruising.
second. I got to fix something.
All right.
What's up? What is going
Hey,
on?
what's up, Billy Ray?
Oh man. I thought just because of the situation here with the mullet, I thought I had to match you with this here bad boy.
Hey, you might got me beat with that thing, dude.
Oh my
Holy
God.
80s. Your headphones won't even fit on.
Oh
Dude.
man. Oh, I had to get your reaction to this friggin' pretty thing that I got flapping here. So what is up, AP? What is going on?
Oh, dude. Actually, just got back.
Oh, you
Is it
good?
fixed? Is
Yeah,
it
you're
fixed?
good. You're good.
These things are wild. But yeah, we just got started back riding. What day is it? It's Thursday. I rode Monday and Tuesday and today. And we're feeling mighty fine, dude. We're
Heck
feeling mighty
yeah.
fine.
So today was your first day back on the bike?
Monday was, but it was just, you know, chill riding. I was just
Cruising?
out there. Yeah,
I
I was just
gotta
out there. But today I had what two 25-minute motos.
heck yeah.
Well, let
So
me be clear. It was a 25-minute moto and then a 20-minute moto because the boys started making some mistakes.
so
Some
you
serious
you
ones.
so you got a little bit of rust on you that you gotta knock off.
Yeah.
Um, what is so what's the verdict? What are you gonna sit out the rest of the outdoors and then or sit not sorry, sit out the rest of the Supercross and then come back for outdoors? Sorry,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
take
that's
myself serious with this thing on. I gotta say, hold on.
Hey, that's me. I just always look at myself. There we go.
No, it's just itching me. But yeah, so what is so you're gonna sit out the rest of Supercross that I've seen or everybody has seen, and
Mm.
you're gonna come back for the rest of the outdoors? What's going on with that?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna sit out the rest of Supercross. For those who don't know, had a crash in Alabama, and I got a labral tear in my hip, and then I have um, stress fractures in my femur, the head of my femur, and my pelvis. So
Damn.
yeah, it did a lot. It was a serious crash. It's a shame that nobody got it on video because I really would like to see that video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one everybody just saw and nobody recorded. So,
Yeah, so was
but
that was when the last race obviously that you did, and I seen on your Instagram and stuff like that that they were just kind of walking you off, and then from that point you've been doing recovery. I kind of talked to you a little bit about what was going through with that. So what has that been like?
yeah, I mean it's been honestly so boring, like day to day. Like
Yeah.
obviously with Dr. G, nothing's really boring. But
Dude, he
he's
should
a
have a
riot.
reality TV show in his facility. Like, I've been there a couple times, and honestly, I think you were there.
Yep.
And it's just dude, there were so many people coming in and out of those doors, like, man, you could sit there with a freaking pen and paper and get every sport of everything, like, the top athletes in the world at that place. It's truly comical and awesome too, how everybody kinda goes to the same guy, and Dr. G's the man.
Yeah, yeah, he's got magic hands. That's all I got to say. But
Do you think he makes
yeah,
his
it's
wife happy?
well, being around him, she doesn't like his jokes. Let me tell you, she's just it was funny. We went out to dinner one time and I jumped in the car and he told one I can't remember what he said, but he told one of his jokes and I started laughing and Crystal goes, "Don't laugh. It only makes his head bigger."
Well, you gotta imagine him, he's seeing all these different types of personalities and backgrounds, from surfing to BMX and motocross and skaters, and all these people are clashing in one place, and he hears little bits from everybody. I mean, yeah, I would love to see and hear the stuff that he does on a daily basis.
Oh, it is wild. It's so funny though. Like just being around him is so funny. Like I tell people all the time when it's their first time meeting him, it's like you can't take this guy 100% serious because if you if you do, you will walk out very mad or
Depressed
or
and
yes,
everything
depressed.
else. Yeah.
Like
You can walk in that place with an ego and come out on your hands and knees just like, "What
little
did I get
this
myself?"
tall.
Yeah. That is awesome. So, yeah,
But
walk me
yeah.
through it. Your day riding today was your first day back on the bike, and what are some plans going forward?
Yeah, yeah. So as of right now, we're just getting ready for outdoors, nothing really it's too crazy right now. Just getting back on the bike, getting riding again, just kind of getting in the groove. That's really about all I'm doing right now. Just getting back into the gym is one thing. I noticed that my legs, like the past month, I haven't been able to use my legs. So like I can walk and stuff, but I haven't been able to work my legs out. Like I was on an arm bike for, doing sprints and for like 40 minutes and dude, my shoulders, like, dude, that was the first thing that cramped up today was just, dude, my shoulders went like hit a wall.
Dunzo.
And as soon as that happened, my elbows were down here. I was wheeling out of the corners, dragging my feet, falling off the back of the bike. And yeah, so just getting strength back in the body, one thing, getting my base back. I don't think I lost too much of endurance, but as far as like strength and everything, dude, I'm down a little bit. Upper body's good, but
Yeah.
it looks like I definitely missed leg day for a month.
Dude, it's crazy how hard it is to gain that muscle and that fitness in a particular muscle, but how quickly you can lose it. Like, if I
Yep,
don't stay maintained in what I have going on, even if it's just a little something just to get that little pump going, I
yep.
feel like I look in the mirror, I'm like, "Holy I've been skipping leg day for the last 6 months." And
Literally, yeah,
I mean, as a rider, you need your legs, dude.
dude.
AP needs his legs. We can't see any Supermans. We gotta see AP freaking winning some of these outdoors.
Yeah, dude, yeah, we need the legs for sure, and that's one thing I lack at right now is standing. I was trying to stand around the whole track today, and I found my butt a couple times, and it
Yeah.
was definitely laid back on the seat.
Well, it
The
doesn't hurt
Chiefs.
too that you get thrown to the wolves. So it's not like AP's back out there just like motoing by yourself, just cruising. There's other guys out there, and it's just part of the DNA, man. You gotta get on the bike and you gotta go. So
Yep.
that's gotta be difficult in itself.
Yeah, yeah, too, like, what, Malcolm and RJ are on the track, and they're fast in themselves, and then we got amateur kids, and then we got Casey Cochran out there, and then Dax was actually out there, on Tuesday, I believe, but I got all these amateur kids breathing down my neck, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Like,
"Come on,
dude,
pass AP."
let's just take it easy, just
Yeah.
ease on into it." And it's funny, the one kid is it's Tristan Pruitt, and he's number 7. And they were joking with me that I wasn't the fastest number 7 there.
Oh, man, he's gonna take the number 7, isn't he?
He's dethroning me right now, so I gotta
Yeah.
step it up next week.
Yeah, that's frustrating. I remember going to just the local tracks and those motos where you just wanna cruise, find some lines, but you always had those people just nipping at your heels like, I gotta pass him, and someone's gonna catch a video of it, post it online, and you're like, "What the f is going on?"
Oh, dude. Yeah, I did it when I was amateur. I
Yeah.
remember my claim to fame for a while was I I ran Dungy off the track, dude. I made him
Ooh,
scared. It
where
was
was
up at
that
Comp
at?
Edge. Comp
Comp
Edge,
Edge. Oh,
you
man,
know?
the dust or the
RIP.
wind was always gnarly as hell up there, wasn't it?
Dude, it was always. It could be
Always.
you could go from the bottom of that hill and it not be windy at all. No chance of wind to
Yeah.
getting up there and the flags are blowing off the poles.
Well, it didn't help that it was just sitting up top of the only hill that was, like, in the area over there. It was just dried out so much, and then they would just throw water on it, like, while you're riding, and it's just this ice skating rink, dude.
It's hard as bricks and
Yeah.
there's no dust left on the track. It's all off the sides. And then you're riding on like the one blue groove mark.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been getting into is just battling amateurs right now. And then and getting ready to battle the big dogs here in a couple weeks.
Well, yeah. Just just battling amateurs over here. That's freaking hilarious. But, yeah, so I wanted to let's kinda, let's recap your season a little bit, like, when you came out,
Mm,
how did everything start off for you? Like, what was going on? How was the number 7 feeling out there? I guess hold on, let me back up to that.
mhm.
First question I have is how much is that mullet actually worth?
Dude, this baby right
And
here.
will AP
Ooh,
ever get rid of the mullet?
I don't think so. I think as as far as I'm concerned, this thing is sticking around with me until I retire for sure. Until I retire for sure, because if I don't wait until then, I'm taking this thing out. I'm leaving one in. Whatever. It just keeps falling out. My ears are all messed up. But either way, I will definitely wait till I'm done racing because if not, we are gonna have a lot of pissed off rednecks. And
Yes.
hey, dude, I don't want no part in that. No part.
The only reason
So
I asked was because a buddy of mine texted me earlier, and he's like, "I seen AP riding his road bike today, and it looked like he shaved off the mullet." And I was like, "Son of a gun, no, he did not." I told him, "If he ever shaves that thing, I am the one that's gonna shave it off." I was like, "I gave AP his first ever mullet in Brock Tickle's backyard, and we have the pictures to prove this."
yes, sir.
And I was like, "I'll be damned. There's no way that he chopped that thing off." So I just had to clear that up.
Yeah, ain't no way. If there's got to be some money involved, and I mean a lot of money
Okay.
too,
So
because this baby right here has made me some bucks.
heck yeah. I think it is AP signature all around. It fits you, it fits your personality, and all I am waiting for is a bald eagle helmet or gear. That's it. How sick would that be, dude? You need some freaking bald eagle gear, and you remember, like, the old Scott goggles that had, like, the barbed wire and like the
Yeah,
nails or the
yes.
eyeballs. That's you need some eagle eyes in those damn things.
We need I'm gonna talk to the boys this weekend. I'm headed to Philly this weekend. I'm gonna talk to the Scott guys this weekend and see if we can get that done. And then I'm gonna talk to the Alpine Star guys because we need a badass helmet for Paula. And I'm thinking
Hell yeah,
maybe the Screaming Eagle is
dude.
maybe the
That's what
Screaming Eagle's calling.
that is.
And
It.
we might need to answer.
Either there, or bring it at Redbud, dude. Fourth of
Ooh.
July weekend, screaming eagle, just ready to pounce, dude. Like, I'm gonna
Ready
be
to get
flying
after it.
around. I'm gonna be flying around in one of those planes with a banner with just a big American flag behind it. AP7 Redbud. Dude, I really did
That'd be
want to go to
amazing.
Redbud this year. That'd be so sick. I
Dude,
think
you
is that
should.
so that was always my favorite track. What is one of your favorite outdoors that you're looking forward to racing?
Yeah, I mean, Redbud's always good. It's always fun. It's almost got like one of the better dirts for sure. Um, but dude, I love a rutted and nasty Unadilla
Yeah, yeah.
and Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man for sure. That's your hometown race.
Yep.
And you always rip that Iron Man, but I could see, dude, a lot of people hate Unadilla, but I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it, and always did okay there. So I wasn't like one of those people that, dude, freaking Unadilla's coming up. I wish they'd bring back freaking Steel City. Did you ever get to
Dude,
race Steel City?
I raced it growing up, but I never raced. I don't think I ever raced the like that pro section that like came back down the hill and went, the big double, and
Yeah.
then it was always like they always chopped that like that piece of the track off and we would connect it. But dude,
Was it by
that
the starting line? Like you just turn right and that, or like the big hill where it kind of turned
the
like a
big
turning
doubles,
rhythm?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the big doubles. I don't think I ever did that. But I did race there growing up. I remember on a 50, we were it was either a regional or a qualifier. And dude, my shock blew out on a 50 and I was so mad, dude. I was so mad because I was doing good. And then I remember pulling up to the finish line because you know how they had that weird finish line? Like for amateur races, it was always just the turn,
Mhm.
the kind of the sweeper. So I pulled
Yeah.
up, crossed the finish line, laid my bike down, and I started jumping on it.
That that is what we need a video of. That's what
Dude,
we need
for
a video
real.
of right there, the mini AP with the mullet, and it's gotta be pretty awesome because I see videos all over social media, kids wanting to be AP, like, how cool is that to look on it, kids just looking up to you, rocking the mullet, trying to be like you. Is that something that you ever could have dreamed of?
I could have never dreamed of it, honestly, but it is so cool. Just seeing these like even all the KTM Junior kids, the mini SX kids,
Mhm.
like you look down the line and at least one, if not more, have mullets every race we're at. And they all have, their cowboy hats and everything. And it's just cool to be able to like, I guess, be looked up to
Yeah.
from a lot of those kids. And then not to mention everybody at the race, like all the kids at the race. It's more so the younger kids that'll rock the mullet. And I've seen
Some
some badass
nasty
mullets,
mullets,
dude.
dude.
Oh,
Like, I
some
see a bunch
nasty
of them with their
ones.
numbers on the sides and
Yeah,
just, like I see kids that just rock the mullet, like, at my daughter's school. Like, I mean, some badass Mississippi mud flaps, dude, like, full on,
dude.
and, yeah, they just that's what they do, man, but speaking of, like, when you were growing up, who was it that you looked up to? Speaking of kids looking up to you now,
Mm.
when you were younger, like, who was, like, your idol whenever you watched Supercross?
Dude, honestly, my biggest idol for sure was Pastrana. Dude,
Yeah.
Travis was so cool. Still is so cool. I mean, he does everything, almost everything under the sun, still to this day. And like just watching the movies and seeing like Nitro Circus and just everything, like I don't know, he was my biggest idol. And then obviously my dad too. But dude, I wanted to be like Travis so bad. I always wanted that swirl helmet, the
Dude,
shoey helmet, dude. Oh,
dude, so sick. I remember, and I told this to Sean, I think in the before, but Sean Hackley at Mosier Valley, like when we were on 60s, had that Pastrana replica. And it wasn't like the showy one that you could buy. Like someone painted this thing and it was so badass. And for one whole race, dude, I followed him around the track and I came off and my dad was like, "Why aren't you passing that kid? You could pass him." And I'm like, "Dad, his helmet is so sick." Like I just wanted to follow him and look at his helmet.
I just
And
wanted to see his helmet, man.
dude, the swirl and then even had the on some of them the fin. You remember the fin with the little blinking
Yep.
light on them? Dude,
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's something needs to be brought back.
Dude, it
Yeah.
honestly does. It honestly does. I remember Max Tannenbaum had that helmet and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. We were on
Especially
50s.
especially when it was painted into the helmet. It was
Oh yes.
custom, like, just I remember was his you remember a kid named Forrest Lane? I think his
Yeah.
dad was a helmet painter.
Yes.
Dude, that kid always had the sickest helmets, and that I remember that was just, like, he had the fin painted into the helmet, and it was just like I was so damn jealous.
Yeah,
That
yeah, dude.
was
Forrest was sick back in the day.
yeah. So tell me what is it like now when AP shows up to a Supercross? First of all, the fans, I got to witness it myself in Dallas. We were playing phone tag, and then I said, "You know what? Hell with it. I'm just walking through here, and I'm going knock on AP's camper. I'm either gonna get knocked out or they're gonna let me in." And sure enough, you opened the door and was like, "What's up?" What is that like for you now? Like, you are a full-blown celebrity.
It is crazy, and that's the biggest part where I'm like, wow. Like sometimes I have to step back and be like, dude, this is honestly crazy, but it's your life now, so you gotta rep it. And no, I love it. I'm all for it, and just my favorite part about it is when somebody comes up to me and we're at a race or whatever, and they're like, man, we drove we drove 8 hours to see you, man. Like we came to see you. We want to see you do good.
Dude, gives me the
And
chills. I got the full
yeah,
chills.
it's
Yeah,
it's crazy. And like that happens a lot. And dude, I'm really fortunate. And like it really didn't kind of, I mean, it's always sat with me and I've always appreciated it. But I remember was it, I think last year I had like a rough start to Supercross. I think I went like DNF at both Anaheims. And I can't remember which one it was. When I got back to the truck, uh, not a minute, maybe 2 minutes later, I come back out of the truck and there's like probably 20 people just standing there, like waiting for me. And the race is still going on, like full fledged, so not even halfway over. And I come out and I'm just, what are you guys doing? Like the race is going on. And they're like, we don't care about the race, man. We just want to see you.
dang
And
it.
that's, yeah, it
That's
was
priceless.
crazy. Yeah, yeah. I was like just kind of jumbled at the time, like with not racing and just sitting at the truck, like, dude, I almost lost it. I was like, damn, this is cool. Like
Yeah.
that's something you don't hear every day.
So how do you deal with that? Like you said, you're out of the race. Obviously, you're not happy about it.
Mm.
And at the same time, you are the people's champ. You do take your time and talk to people, take pictures. I started one of those autograph lines in Dallas, and I was like I ran off, I'm like, "Sorry, AP," and you just
See
had
you
a line
later.
of people there because you stopped and talked to me for literally a minute, and it was just like people picture, 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 and then the line was so crazy long. So how do you deal with, um, being that having that image now, that reputation of being such a people person, and then balancing that when you come off the track and you're just freaking fuming, you're obviously upset at yourself. How was that?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like this is the way I think about it. Like when when I see, fans and I go up and talk to them, that's me thinking like, hey, this dude or this family, they spend their hard-earned money to come watch us race, and this might, like, who knows, this might be the only opportunity that they can get to come and see us.
Yeah,
So I love going up and just not hearing that like this is their like only time they can see us or whatever, but
yeah,
it's just going up to them and like blowing their mind almost. Just
yeah,
like, hey, how you doing? Just like kind of small talking with them. And you can see it in their eyes, like when I do that, it's like holy shit, this dude he's just a regular dude.
he's
He
cool as
just
shit, man.
Yeah, he's
It's
just a regular dude. He's down to earth, and when I see that, like I'm like, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
unreal. I could
And
see that, and you're just that person, dude. I've known you for quite a while. We got to train together and ride together quite a bit, and
yep.
I've gotten to know you pretty good over the years, and I know that you are putting off exactly who you are, and that makes me so freaking happy. And even as a fan, AP number 7 is number 1 in my heart. That is for sure.
I love it, dude. No, that's cool, and I appreciate that. I'm very fortunate to be where I am and to come from where I came from. It's like, there's not many people from Ohio that have made it. There's a few, but there's not many, and for me to be one and to actually think about me being one, it's still mind blowing. Like I I definitely don't think of myself as being, you know, a celebrity or whatever, and I try not to to let myself think about it because if I do, I don't know what would happen, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to find out. So
Yeah, for sure.
no, I just I love that people love me the the way that I am, and I think that's why people relate to me and are so pumped about me is just because they can see like I'm just being me, man. Like I'm just some redneck from Ohio that happened to be decent on a dirt bike, decent enough to, get noticed on a dirt bike and that I love it. I wouldn't change it.
Hell yeah. Speaking of celebrities, dude, y'all have became full-blown celebrities. It is like the pits, like we were even talking about just then, but y'all interact with a lot more celebrities now. I feel like
Yeah.
the racing is getting noticed from singers, songwriters, football players. You've gotten to meet a lot of cool people. Even, I mean, Dale Earnhardt, like for real, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at least, like how explain that to me. How do you process that? Do you just soak it all in or you just feel like, "Hey, I'm one of the boys now?"
Well, dude, I would love if I thought like that because that would be a lot easier to talk and deal with these guys. But man, that experience alone, like going on the Dale Jr. download, was insane. Like I don't know. I mean, you could probably relate. Like I watched NASCAR, on Sundays. My dad would have it on, and
Dude, you
the
had it on
number.
in Dallas in the middle of the
Well,
races.
yeah,
Like, what are you
yeah.
talking about?
Well, But no, like growing up, that's who I would see on TV. And man, like just hearing those dudes talk and just seeing them on TV just like made my eyes light up. And to get to meet somebody that I watched on TV that I thought, I would never meet really or
Yeah.
never even see in real life, like that was like insane. I'm still speechless about it because it was just an experience like no other, and it was crazy for sure. I think it wasn't too hard like going in there, but it was wild because when I walked into that show, that was the first time I'd seen Dale.
Oh, no
Like
way. First
he was already in
introduction.
there. Yep, he was already in
Oh,
there,
wow.
already on it. And dude, he's so cool and just so easy to talk to and just down to earth and like just some kid from, North Carolina. So
Dude,
it
how
was
awesome.
it was just a crazy experience, and I was like shaking in my boots the whole time. I
So
was
with
just like,
that whole thing stem from it has to go from the Daytona podium. I mean,
yep.
it could have not been any more perfect for AP to just podium Daytona and just the whole situation. Explain that to me. Like, what was going through your mind at that moment?
Dude, I that was it was awesome. Like Daytona, I've always, you know, had pretty good races there, and obviously I got my first 450 podium there, but that last time, man, it was just everything lined up so good.
Mhm.
And bike felt good, I felt good, and it was like one of the first races that I really did good at. I think I had my first podium at Birmingham, and then I went and did that at Daytona, and I knew as soon as I crossed the finish line, I didn't say one word. I didn't say one word. All I said was these headphones. I didn't say one word to anybody. I said, "Hey, go get my Dale shirt right now. Go get it. Go get it." And I think my wife ran and picked it up. I threw that thing on and went up there, and dude, the crowd went ballistic, and it
Dude,
was just unreal, man. It gives me chills just thinking about it, just thinking about
it
being
gets
there.
me chills, dude. Look at this. It gets me like the hair on the back of my neck standing up. I mean, I could only imagine that feeling of one, going back to what you were saying, talking about NASCAR, the whole Dale thing, just your vibe that you put off, true American hero, Daytona, podium. I mean, the only thing that could have been better was holding up that number one trophy, but it doesn't it was perfect. You could have not scripted it any better.
Yeah, yeah, and I wouldn't have it any different. It was just insane. It was such a good feeling, and then I brought my son Jake up on the podium with me, held him up, and he held the trophy up, and it
Oh,
was
man.
so cool. And then so that happened that night. Uh, what I said, do it for Dale on the broadcast. I think the next day or even that night, maybe like Dale Jr. tweeted, um, like quoted that tweet and said, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh,
And
man, he was about to get blown up by
oh, dude,
everybody and their mom.
everybody was sending it to him. And then so I have this buddy who races the Cup Series. His name's Noah Gragson, and so he texted me and he was like, "Hey, would you want to go on Dale's podcast?"
Mm,
And I was like, "Uh, I think I said 1000% yes. Like, is that even a question?"
yeah,
And he was like, "All right, let me throw you and him in a group text and we'll we'll make it happen." And I was like, "Wait, like me and like Dale Jr.?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, just give me a second." And I was like, "Holy shit, like this is actually happening."
dude, that's so
And
sick.
yeah, so he texted me with Dale, and I think I sat there for like 10 minutes, just looking at the text, because Noah was like, "Hey, um, Aaron meet Dale, Dale meet Aaron. He wants to go on your podcast, and he's the one that did the Do It for Dale on the podium." And Dale was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'll get you with my guy, and we can make it happen." And I think I just sat there for like 10 or 15 minutes, just like looking at the text, and I was like, "What? Like,
Dude,
like
that's
this
so
is
awesome.
actually happening?" And then all came to fruition after Salt Lake. I flew over to Noah's house and we did it, and yeah, dude, like I wish you could have seen my shirt when I stood up after we were done with that thing, because I was soaked
Just sweating,
everywhere,
just
just
nervous
sweating,
as
just
can be.
like shaking, dude. It was insane. And after that, I was on cloud nine.
That's
I could have just
awesome.
I could have went out right then and been like, that was, hey,
Tip of the hat. Do it for
yes,
Dale.
sir. That's, hey, do it for Dale. What
So
happened?
what's
He
it
was going 120 miles an hour and ended up in jail in a rental car.
So what's it like for AP going to these Supercross rounds now? Obviously, we talked about the pits, the chaos and stuff, but what is it like when AP comes down the tunnel for like opening ceremonies? I know like my idol growing up was Kevin Windham, and he was it wouldn't even matter if he was in the top 10. He had an opening ceremony segment, like because he was just the people's champ.
Yeah.
Now AP is the people's champ. What is that like coming down the tunnel?
It's insane, dude. Honestly, like like I don't really hear like a lot of the cheers. I do hear a little bit of them, but like when I'm revving my bike and coming out in the tunnel, I don't really hear a lot of them. But every single time I get back to the truck or whatever, they're like, "Man, you blew everybody else out of the water with the people. Like the people went crazy for you." And that is like a dream come true, because we grow up watching Supercross and they do opening ceremonies and they have the lasers and
Mhm.
this and that, and you just in the stands like, "Man, I wish I could be there. I wish I could be
Yeah.
there." And like that's how I still think, and I'm like, "Man, we're there."
Yeah, you're
And
there. You're that person.
yeah, it's crazy to think about, and to like actually be out there, and then it gets me revved up. It gets me fired up
I
because
can see you're fired up right now. You're
dude,
fired, ready to rip. You're ready to do some motos right now.
dude, I'm dropped down to 120 push-ups right now. Dude, it's electric. And like I can't even put the feeling into words, because I just I'll roll out there with the cowboy hat on and pop a wheelie, and next thing you know, just and it's wild. It is so wild. And
That's
like to
so
actually think
awesome.
about it, it still blows my mind. And
That's so
I
cool.
always I always say I don't know, I don't know why people like me the way that they do, but
Hey
I'm
Pete,
not
what is there not to
complaining.
like, dude? I
I
mean, you
don't
were
know,
always like that
like
even when we were doing stuff. You were just so friendly to everybody. You're super nice to me. I don't know anybody, honestly, that dislikes you. Everybody's pulling for the number 7, and which brings me to kind of what I wanted to talk about was, that first Supercross win you pulled off or, off the track, and I don't think that there was one rider that passed you that didn't congratulate you, and that goes to show you right there that, like, hey, you are just that badass.
dude, yeah, that was actually unreal. And like to have everybody do that, and yeah, dude, it was like I really get speechless when I talk about this, because it it racks my brain you know how that even happened. And in San Diego of all places, and like I didn't before that, I didn't think I was like way popular in San Diego or like California in general.
Mhm.
But dude, the crowd, like I couldn't even hear my bike like halfway around the lap. It was it was crazy. loud. Like they just started standing up, cheering. And meanwhile, it had rained like a lot during the day. So I don't know how everybody just stayed there and like whatever trooped it out through the rain.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And when I came around for that last lap, dude, it was like I I got I got cold because I had so many chills. It was like I was like freezing cold. I was just shaking. I was like, make it to the end, make it to the end. And yeah, it was when I crossed the finish line. It was just like one, a monkey had been lifted off my back, and then
Yeah.
two, I was just in awe at how loud the place got. And then, like you said, like all the boys coming over and congratulate me. It was one after
Yeah.
another, and
It's
it
like
was
they were
so
lined
cool.
up. They were
Yeah.
lined up to congratulate you. It's normally like, "Screw that dude," like, it passed by him, but they were
Yep.
lined up to, like, congratulate you, and I think that is so unreal to, see where you're at and just I don't know, I can only imagine that feeling. If you could bottle it up and sell it, you'd be a billionaire. That's for
Oh,
damn
dude,
sure.
100%.
But what is it with AP and mud? Like, what is going on with do you adjust things on your bike, or do you just mentally it clicks and you're like, this is my time to shine, baby."
Yeah, I mean, mentally for sure that everything clicks. And when it starts raining, I don't think it's me being, you know, way better in the mud or anything. It's almost like a mindset thing, you know? When it does rain, I mean, you've heard guys they're like, "Ah,
Yeah,
dude, the
I was
mud, like,
one of them. I
damn
was
it."
one
Like,
of them. I'm like, screw this shit." Like,
like
I got go ahead.
yeah, it's just like they don't like riding in the mud, which, you know, I grew up in riding off road and like the race could be dusty, dry, hadn't rained in 2 weeks, but there's still mud on the track
Yeah,
somewhere. You're in a creek crossing, you're doing something, so you had to ride every kind of discipline there was, um, when when I was riding that. But I also used to just go out. I remember at Matt Walker's a couple times, dude, it was pouring down rain, and I would just go out there and ride, like, just whatever, just have fun riding.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's really what it was. I was just having fun riding and I didn't know it, but I was building these skills to where I knew how to ride just about everything.
yeah,
And I think that helped me so much, but it also put my mind in a state where I was like, eh, whatever. You know,
yeah.
I love riding in the mud, so let's go and do it. And like the only thing I would do to my bike was if it was super super muddy, my dad would uh, buy chopsticks and he'd break them in half and put two on the back side of the grip. So if you did fall down, you could
Okay.
use that to kind of wipe your hands.
Yeah, that's
And
smart.
but luckily, you know,
Could
in
you
the
just
past,
zip tie them on there?
yeah,
Or
well,
or the
they'd wire
wire the
tie them.
grip, yeah.
Yeah, they'd
Yeah,
wire
that's
tie them.
smart. Because there was
But
a lot of falling in the mud for me. I coulda used those damn chopsticks. I think Iron Man, like, man, it must like 2014 or 15, it was
oh,
just
dude.
so freaking muddy, man. I got stuck. I, like,
Yeah,
was going around that sweeper before the finish line, like, where those rollers and stuff are, and I literally just went to the outside, and I just stuck. I stepped off my bike, and it was just standing straight up right there. I coulda got the Bobcat to come get it out. I was
dude,
like, "What the hell?"
I remember watching. I think it was uh no, they did have practice for that race, right? Yeah.
I don't even remember, dude. I just remembered, like, "Get me the hell out of this place." Like, I'm so ready to leave. Like, I'm ready to get out of here, and then it was so tough for my dad, he was my mechanic at the time, and then you know how it is, like, coming off
Yeah.
the track, trying to get everything clean, get the bike ready to go for the next moto, and it was just man, it just wasn't letting up. It was a gnarly, gnarly race.
And that's kind of what separates, you know, me from other guys because I was watching that race on TV and I was like,
Just
I
drooling.
dude, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. But,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I was still amateur at that point, but yeah, dude, I don't know why I just I love that other guys don't love to ride in it. I think that's
Yeah.
why I like it so much.
Is it and just like you said, it's a mind click for you
Mhm.
where when it starts raining, you just get giddy and you're rubbing your hands together AP fashion, like ready to go. Is there not a mindset or do you think like, hey, you know that you're so good in the mud when you go out for a regular race, is there not something that you could do to click that same sort of mentality into yourself? I mean, I know
I
it's a lot
do.
easier said than done, but
Yeah.
I think your
I
attitude and the way that you approach the starting line and just, the positive reinforcement in your head, like it all plays a part. You can
mhm.
manifest that just flowy state, like what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I definitely think there is, you know, a couple things I can do to help with that, and like I do most of them most of the time. Just like for me, it really really works if I'm just having fun.
Mhm.
If I'm not really thinking about the race or like just
Watching
kind of hanging
NASCAR.
out. Yeah, yeah, like that, like just in my element, whatever I would do at home or right before I go riding, like on a practice day or something like that. That's that's what I usually do, but I definitely think there's some more things that I could think about that would make me better on a dry day. Like you said, obviously it's easier said than done, but outdoors is definitely one of those things that gets me hyped up,
Fired up. Yeah,
fired
I'm
up,
pumped. I'm
and
pumped to see you back on the track. I mean, I think everybody and their mom is, and it's one of the things you bring a good energy around you to the starting line, the whole atmosphere and all of that. So, what is AP doing now? And, like what are some of your goals that you may be having for outdoors? It's a contract year for you. Does that weigh
mm.
on you at all? Or how do you approach that?
Yeah, I mean the contract year thing doesn't really bother me too bad. At the end of the day, if I go out and do what I am supposed to do, everything will fall into place. So
Hmm.
that really doesn't bother me too bad. But like I'm drawing a blank here. What was the other question?
Like, do you have any expectations for yourself? Or like, I mean, obviously everybody wants to win. I want to see you
Mm.
win. Um, do you think when outdoors comes around, do you think you're gonna be 100%? You think you're gonna be ready to rip?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think with starting riding now, what we got like maybe 5 weeks or a little over 5 weeks to get ready. I think in that amount of time I can get the motos I need to get. I can get, my strength back in my legs and riding shape back. Um and yeah, I definitely think, my expectations on, with how last year went or was going until
Yeah,
Redbud, dude, I want to freaking win one of these things, man. I want to I want to get out there and battle for a championship. It's
yeah,
been a while since, I held a red plate. It was like 2023, I think. So it's been too long, and I'm definitely hungry enough because this Supercross season has only, you know, fired me up even that much more.
yeah,
And man, if I can get my bike to where I like it, how I liked it last year, which shouldn't be too hard, man, the expectations are to go out and freaking get as many podiums as I can. One,
yeah,
be in contention or put myself in a good position every moto, every start,
yeah,
um, and just be there. Be there and be one that's getting talked about. I would love to just be in the mix and be battling with
Yeah.
the boys again because that feels so good, and especially when you feel good, like Colorado last year when I came ripping around, I passed Jet like late in the moto, man, that feels so good, and when you have that extra little oomph to give, like, it feels so rewarding. Like, even though I
Yeah.
didn't win that moto, it just felt so rewarding to get up in the lead
Yeah.
and to be leading late in the race.
Yeah.
Um, and not many people do that to the 18.
Yeah.
It's
It
very rare that that happens. So, that alone just has me fired up and ready to go. And yeah, man, like I just want to be there. I just want to be right there. Um, whether it's the first round or the last round,
yeah.
preferably the last round.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
for sure.
I would love to be there and just kind of ruffle those feathers a little bit.
Yeah. I hope you are, dude. I'll definitely be pulling for you. When like you said, when you said that little oomph at the end, is that just having that, like, kinda second win? I mean, I don't for me personally, there was nothing better than, like, having a solid race and feeling just solid at the very end of it, instead of just, like,
Yeah.
dying because a 2-lap card came out, you're like, "Ooh, I got 2 more laps," like, is that the ump that you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's like it's when you get to that, you know, when you're like, ah, like dang it. And then another, you catch your second wind and then you're like, wow, I feel good again.
Yeah,
And that not only does it give you like it doesn't only pump you up, it gives you confidence. Like almost in your body and in your definitely in your mind. It just like it makes you believe, like I got 30 plus 2, no problem. I
yeah,
got it, no problem. And that makes the beginning of the race way easier because you're not trying to pace or anything. You can push
yeah,
however you want to. And then yeah, it just makes everything that much easier when you have that base you can kind of rely on and you say to yourself, we got this. Like
yeah,
we will not burn out. We will not
yeah,
burn out. And that's what I had going from what Paula till really Redbud.
yeah,
And I was stoked on that. That was like one of like since I won the championship in 2018 in outdoors, that
yeah,
last year was the first time I had felt like that since then. And that
yeah.
like I got I got wide eyed because of that. Because I
I
was
don't
just
know what to
like,
do with my hands.
let's go. Yeah, literally. I was like, hey, what do I do up here?
I mean, speaking on that is it's crazy to me the intensity, like going to Dallas and watching y'all. Dude, the intensity is there the whole race. There's no managing. I guess if you have a humongous lead, which is very rare,
Mm.
it's the race is intense the whole entire time. And how has that intensity evolved over the last couple years? Do you notice a difference as a racer, or you're just kinda excelling with that intensity?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's hard because like we don't really see it. We're just in it, and
Yeah.
obviously your lungs can definitely feel it. Your lungs can
Yeah.
definitely feel that. But now, like there's no like pacing anymore. Not that there was back in the day, but like people are just going wide open for 20
Dude,
minutes, wide open, and
it's wild.
it is crazy because
I or sorry, go ahead. No,
oh
I was
yeah,
in the stands, dude, and I'm like, I'm just so zoned. I'm locked in, just watching, watching. I'm like, it's gotta be almost over. I look over at the scoreboard, it's 10 minutes in. I'm like, holy crap. Like, I'm sweating, like I can only imagine. And like you said, it's different when you're like locked in, you're doing your deal. You don't like think of that. But going back to your point with that little bit of second wind, I remember when you just seen that guy in front of you that was just struggling and you were just had that little bit extra to give. Like there was not any better feeling in the world to catch that. It was like you just smelled the shark smelled blood, like
Oh
you just
yeah,
see
dude.
that person. I don't think there's a much better feeling than that, than just having that little bit in the tank at the very end of one of those outdoors.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, dude, when you make a late moto or late race charge and you get to where you want to, like, when you're passing guys left and right, it is like, that right there is almost better than winning. Like obviously winning is the pinnacle, but
Mm,
that right there, like, coming from the back and getting where you wanna be is, like, the best feeling, and then you're like, "Dude, I can win this race." The
yeah,
next moto, I can win this race because I just went out there and did that from starting way back there.
yeah.
That's like unmatched, and that feels good.
So starting in your career, you went from, like, or I wouldn't even say in your career, but you won your lights championship, your outdoor championship, and then how big is that transition from that lights class to racing with the big boys?
Dude, yeah, it was insane. For one, it was like almost all the guys that I, you know, looked up to when I was amateur and I hadn't really ever raced them before.
Mhm.
And like I was the first one from like my, I guess, graduating class, like from amateurs and 250s. I was the
Yeah,
first one to go up to 450. And to not know, like, that's the biggest thing is just not knowing what you can do against these guys, or that's how I thought or saw it really. And then when you're battling these guys, it's like holy shit, like I'm right next to, at the time, like Malcolm Stewart, and like I had raced Cooper, but still he was badass, and
yeah,
then Roxon and Tomac and just everybody. It was just crazy to see that for one, and then the next thing is like you realize the pace is not the 250 class.
yeah,
It's like
that's for sure.
it is huge, and then obviously the motor and the bike are way faster. And I think my first Supercross on a 450 was A1 in 19, and lo and behold, it was a mud race, and
Mhm.
it was. I wish it would have rained a little bit more because I think I could have, got a little bit better, but either way, it was just crazy. Like I'd never been on the track before with a lot of these guys,
Yeah,
and I'd only watched them growing up, and then just to be out there racing them, I was in shock just at that. And
yeah.
then obviously you throw out all the other factors in, and then
Yeah,
me
you got
getting sick.
this,
You
that,
got this, that, this,
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So it
and it's
was it
crazy.
was
It
crazy.
it is, it's wild to me because even now when you look at a main event starting line, dude, every guy on there has done, the championship and then the outdoor championship, and then they, like, are forced to move up. So every one of those dudes are just so sick. They're so good. And yeah, I remember my year riding 450. I don't remember what year it was, but I was just pumped to qualify each main, like make the main. I was like 14th, 15th. I was like, dude, but every one of these guys in front of me are so much more badass than I am. It was just it's a surreal feeling, and that's pretty awesome. And I was just curious on your take, like how was that transition there?
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely not easy for sure. And then I too, like I only got to do like 7 races that year because I went to Daytona. Dude, I was sick as a dog. Like, well, probably one of the most sick times ever for me in my life. And I remember um day wasn't going great. I just felt like crap, and then they had this long rhythm section. And I remember coming around. I think it was like me, Joey, and Joey Savacci, and then Zach Osborne. Like those were like the three rookies maybe that year, or we were like three rookies. Maybe there might have been a fourth one, but we were all battling. So it was like the battle
Of the
of the ages
rookies.
for us. Yeah, the battle of the
Yeah.
rookies. Like who can be the top? And I was right behind Zacho, and we hit this. It was like a high speed triple in, and I remember I didn't get any lift off of the first jump, and I cased the triple like this, and it threw me like almost onto the bars, and I was doing a Superman, and I think it was a table single after that, and I just ditched my bike after I left the ground, and it kind of threw me up, and I landed on the landing of the single like this, and ended up shattering my right heel. It was
Oh, man.
six
I think I
pieces, and
remember that. That was the whole start to the, like, long debacle with AP's foot. Like, it was just
yeah,
yeah, I remember that the scar and all of the BS with that whole thing, and it was just like your recovery coming back from that was, uh,
horrible.
horrible. And then I guess speaking on that, like, where you're at now, do you find any like, how do you get through these times as AP, like, when you get injured as a rider, what's your mentality like? I mean, I know you can't stay down on yourself for long, you gotta pick
Mm.
yourself up and, like, get back out there, but what is the mentality you take into, like, a time that you're going through right now and getting ready for outdoors?
Yeah, I mean it's tough for sure because when when all you know is ride dirt bikes, and now it's turned into your job, it's what what do we do now? Like what do you do now?
Mhm.
And like I've been through it enough now to where, you know, I just look forward to getting back on my bike again. And like the scary part about this particular injury was when I was out in California, I went out there for 3 weeks to, do therapy with G and just get right. We didn't know. Like I went and got an MRI, and they obviously said I had a labral tear, and G said that, you know, it might need surgery. Like it might you might be on the outs for a long time. And that kind of scared me because I was like, damn, like I haven't really proved what I have this year. Like not at all. And um not knowing like when I can and can't come back, that was scary. But like as time moved on, we sent the MRI off to a couple different people, and it eventually came back, and this one guy said, we don't need to do surgery. And he was like, all that, like 100% of your pain is coming from, the bone bruise and the fractures on your femur. And that's it. And when I heard that, I was pumped. Like that was like a sigh of relief for sure.
Yeah.
And then uh, that's when I called G and I was like, hey, what do I do? And he was like, book a flight out here right now, and we are getting on this thing. We're not gonna stop until you feel better. So
Yeah.
that's what I did, and it got like it got better and better as time went on, but it was still like if I did certain movements, it would definitely hurt. It would hurt like shit.
Yeah.
And that scared me again. I remember just kind of sitting down on the couch one time in the hotel room, and it just kind of felt weird, like not hurting, but like I just felt something in there, like
Yeah.
doing whatever. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to have surgery. Like I was like, there's no way around this. And I don't know like what did or didn't happen, but I went and got another MRI like 2 weeks later, and they said there's definite signs of healing. and he was like, "Obviously, you can't ride right now, but, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be able to ride in a couple weeks." And,
Yeah.
man, that was like another breath of fresh air. I was like, "Oh, shit." Like this mental roller coaster, like up and
Yeah.
down and up and down, and I think that's what a lot of people have a hard time dealing with, is like the up and down and not
Yeah.
knowing how to control your emotions. But, at the end of the day, like, the way I think about it is whatever happens, happens, and it happens for a reason, and
Mhm.
you're you follow a path that you're meant to follow, and whatever happens in that path is supposed to happen, and
Yeah.
it's not just a coincidence. So, I've full trust in that, and I I think that keeps me kind of grounded, and you know having my wife at home taking care of everything, and like, she's a boss, because I
Yeah.
left for 3 weeks, and she didn't bat an eye. She said, "Go, get yourself right, and then come back, and we'll deal with it." And having that too gives me a lot of confidence, and that's something really cool.
Yeah, I think that's very important is I'm a firm believer in, stuff happens for a reason. We don't
Mm,
know why. We don't, we can always sit there and question why is it happening? Like I need to do this and that. And I feel like you can't control it. That's the perfect mentality to have is just like, hey, I need to get better and do whatever I can to get better. But I feel like that's hard for a lot of riders,
mhm.
like for myself included when I was riding was that injury when you're just killing it. You're feeling freaking fantastic. And it's just it's unfortunate part of the sport that everyone has to deal with. But like riding today, there's that playing in your head at all that are you laboring that a little bit? Like are those type things go through your head? I mean, obviously it's your first, second day back riding, so it's
Mm.
gonna be there. But I'm talking like previous injuries. Was that something that like you dealt with? Like, hey, I can't really maybe seat bounce this triple out of the corner because my back hurts, or something like that. Does that play any role in your mind?
No, honestly, not too much. I don't know why, and I'm not sure why. I've really never struggled with it. Um, but after every injury, when I get on my bike, I I don't know what goes through my brain, but I'm like, I'm home. Like,
Yeah.
this is where I'm supposed to be. And I think just being so pumped up and just so amped to ride my dirt bike, because after these big injuries, you're out sometimes 3 months,
Yeah.
and that is all you're thinking about. And you're watching everybody in that time ride and get better, and race and do all this, and you're just sitting there on the couch like watching, and you're just like, dude, come on, come on. So when like I would get on the bike, say after one of my wrist surgeries, there is maybe a little bit when you first jump out there, you're like, oh, don't want to go too hard, but man, the second lap, you're busting out all the jumps. Like, literally did it the other day. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go roll around. I'm gonna roll around. I'm not gonna jump any jumps. And Alden was like, yeah, that's perfect. Like, do like 5 laps. Don't jump any jumps. See how you feel. We'll pull off. We'll talk about it. I went like one jump, or yeah, I rolled one jump and went around the next corner. Yeah, yeah. And it's just like I
It's
don't
your
know, like,
instinct, man.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just what we're supposed to do, like what we're built to do. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that's crazy, and a lot of people can't put that in perspective because they've never like raced a supercross track, like
Mm,
but it's crazy to me, you walk the track and you're already piecing the track together in your head. And then
yep.
like you said, you don't even think about it. You just do these things. It's just like it's in your blood. And it's crazy that you say you just when you say roll a lap or two, you literally like roll one corner and then you just back on the gas. I feel like yeah, it's totally like fight or flight.
Yeah,
Um,
it's unreal. It's cool. It's
that's
cool what we
awesome.
do.
Yeah. So how's the team? How are you liking your bike? You know, is there anything that, you're struggling with the bike or even that you can talk about or wanna talk about? Or, going with Kenny, Kenny's riding the same bike forever, and, to me, on screen, just watching from the couch, dude, his bike looks dialed. It looks locked
Unreal.
in. It looks
And he looks like he's having fun on it.
yeah,
That is the biggest thing is like when you can get a bike, ride it fast and have fun on it, it's like that's like I mean, the keys to what he's doing right now.
yeah,
Like the keys
gold.
to yeah, winning is
Yeah,
that. But like as far as me, like Supercross for sure, I've never been 100% on Supercross, like 100% comfy on Supercross.
yeah,
I don't know if it's possible for me to do, but the bike does feel good and or did feel good when I was riding it and there was no problems with it. I was, blitzing the whoops and doing everything I needed to and everything was sitting right and yeah, and then as far as my outdoor bike, man, last year they had it perfect.
cherry.
Like so good. And I was having fun and I was ripping and like it didn't matter where I put that thing or what I was turning off of, it would go and it my body would follow. And yeah, like it feels similar right now. Obviously not up to speed and
Yeah.
got to do some stuff, but it does feel similar. And I was having a lot of fun today and Tuesday. And man, just getting out there and jumping the bumps is so cool. It's
Yeah.
just like so fun.
Heck yeah. Well, I remember you always liked your front end, like, a little bit stiffer and your back end kinda choppered out. Is that still the setup and still the style that you're shooting for? And why is that? Why does AP like I look at Villapoto's bike was always kinda like that, pretty
Yep.
stiff in the front, choppered out a little bit in the back. Is it just what you like?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like to I like to feel the front wheel almost. And it's weird because I ever since I can remember, I've liked it like that. Since I've been able to set my own bike up, that's how I've liked it. And did I think my last year on amateur, my bike was so choppered out. I mean, I remember watching videos from Loretta's and that thing was just like when I'd land a jump, it would go like this. Boom, boom. And I don't know whether it's the way I ride or what, but I do when I come into the corners, I do like transfer a lot of my weight up front. And I think that that hold up in the forks can kind of get me in and out of the corner no matter what the corner is doing. I can lift the front end or do whatever. So I think it's just like a I mean, everybody has a comfort thing. I think that's my comfort thing is just see like feeling the front wheel and where it's at, and having a like a dead or like dead slower back end and just kind of letting it work in the ruts or in the bumps or whatever. That's like money to me. Like as you say, like a chopper. It it's still like that, dude. And it if I could have my supercross bike like that and it actually work
Yeah.
instead of instead of throwing me off the bike,
Yeah.
I would do it like that. But dude, Supercross is a different animal, and like you got to set your bike up totally different for that, and it's wild. But dude, outdoors is where I have so much fun, and especially when my bike's set up like that, it's so much fun. And
Heck
but
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of well, I just
Well,
like my bike a lot different than everybody else.
how is your bike compared to Tomac's bike or Prado's bike? Are they, like, all 3 totally different motorcycles, or is it pretty similar for what y'all like?
Well, I'll say this. Um, so we were testing out in California earlier this year, and they took. I think Tomax was riding his bike. They took my forks off my bike and put it on the Tomax, and he went. He didn't even go out of the. the parking lot yet, and he, like, pushed down on the forks, and I turned to somebody, I don't know who it was, but I was like, "He hates him. He hates him already." Hey, my dude did 2 laps, he came in, he looked at me, he goes, "Yo, how do you ride this thing?"
No way.
I was like, "Hey, man, don't know, but that's the way I do it."
That's how AP does it, dog.
Stiff as a board.
That's
Stiff as a
crazy.
board, but, it's
Have you tried the cable clutch out of curiosity just to try it?
no, no, like, I didn't ask to, like, I'm sure they would've maybe made an exception, but I
Yeah.
did try the lever, though, like, the long lever, it's, like, freaking this long, like, the cable clutch lever, but I didn't like that either. It was, like, super skinny and, like, not like I had ridden the past 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Um,
So which lever you're talking about your clutch lever and they just scoot it way far in and just
no,
allows
so, you know how, like, the cable clutch levers, like, the pretty much the Yamaha clutch lever, like, it was,
I
like,
mean, I think
super
that's the only
long.
ones I ever rode with.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
those clutch levers, they made one and to go on the hydraulic clutch or whatever. So they had we could all try it out or whatever, but it was almost like too much leverage, if that makes sense.
Just, like, too touchy. You know, you
Well,
like
it like had like a weird feeling. Like the KTM levers, like a little bit shorter,
you're talking
like
about just on the
in length.
hydraulic clutch. It's, like,
Yeah,
this big literally because it has, like, the mechanism where your fluid and all the stuff goes in.
yeah, yeah. So when you put a um like the long lever that's not really designed for that kind of clutch, it just feels odd. It almost felt like I had like too much to like think about. Almost. It was really weird to where the regular, like, KTM clutch lever or regular hydraulic clutch lever is pretty short, and it just had a better feel to me than that lever alone. But I never tried the actual cable clutch, which, eh, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been riding a hydraulic for about 4 or 5 years now, so I'm pretty used to
Yeah.
it.
Do you feel any, like, start I remember the main thing that I dislike about clutches in general was, like, when you feel that kinda start roll, creep. Do you feel that with the hydraulic clutch at all, or is it kinda just it's kinda on and off, isn't it? There's no really creep in it at all.
Yeah, there's definitely less, like, I would call it maneuverability or like feel with the hydraulic clutch. But yeah, actually, like it doesn't do it often, or it hasn't done it often. But I remember a couple years ago, like I was on the start at Atlanta, like one of the Atlanta Motor Speedway races.
Mhm.
I was holding the clutch wide open, about to gate drop, and dude, all of a sudden, I didn't let go of the clutch, but my bike just went, "Oh," and just dude, dude, I jumped the gate so bad, and I still don't know if anybody really knows what happened, but it just let go, like, all of a sudden, and it scared the piss out of me. It scared the living shit out of me,
Yeah.
and then I didn't have a clutch for the rest of that race, but, it doesn't really do it often. Obviously, if you get it inching out there and, like, try and make it feel, it will it'll jump on you, like
Yeah. And I know that that has to be I've never ridden with like, the grates. Do you
mhm.
like that now better compare like, starting on that, or would you rather just the old-fashioned way, let's, like, do some dirt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big advocate for, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, I think we did or they did that for quite a few years before
Yeah.
they brought these grates in,
Yeah.
and man, I feel like we had it like a art, It was like it was almost like you if you knew how to prep your gate,
Dude. We
that
had
gave you
a
yes.
mechanic that knew how to prep it, like, he was just known for prepping that gate, like, so good.
hmm And that's kind of what took, or that's what the greats took from us is like we don't get to all you do is like brush the dirt out now, and then everybody's just the same.
Yeah.
Obviously you have the rut and the backside, but it it made it a lot closer coming into the first turn. I
Yeah,
know
I
that.
think I noticed that, dude, like, now it's just really reaction time. You got
Yeah.
your ruts coming out, but it's easier to start up top and then drop down into that rut
Mm,
than being in a rut and actually having to go up over the gate and then power down out of that rut. So it
yeah.
makes everybody's launch pretty much ideal, and then that first turn, it seems like more so than not, there's a couple people going down in the first turn. Seems like everyone is so packed tight. And yeah, I could see that. I didn't know from racing amateur races, we'd have like concrete gates sometimes, and
Oh, kill
like,
baby.
yeah, could you imagine? Like, I remember going to Whitney and we had like, they did like the wire brush gate. You remember like they
Yeah.
like poured the kind of the grooves through it. So it wasn't that gnarly,
Yep.
but like you go to Oak Hill and dude, it was
Clean slate.
just
I mean,
ice, dude.
it was like marble you were starting
Yes.
on. Yeah, I remember sitting all the way back on the gate on the bike, just like this. And my dad's like, "Lean back further." I'm like, "I can't."
The sad part is you burn half your tire off before your moto even takes off. You just left
Dude,
half your
yes.
freaking new Dunlop on the gate.
And the worst, like one of the worst parts about it is if you let the clutch out too fast, even though you're sitting back on the bike, I mean, you get stuck down in the freaking the
Dude,
separation.
how could you imagine doing those races with a spec tire, burning your tire out on the gate with a spec tire? I I
Could
remember
you
walking.
imagine the faces of the Dunlop guys or the whatever guys when you're sitting there and they're just seeing pieces of rubber flying off.
Dude.
Well, there goes 75% of your traction.
Yeah. I remember my Supercross track, just in the middle of the pockets of the whoops, there would just be knobbies. Like, have from those spec tires, my dad would take home whatever spec tires we could to practice with
Mhm.
during the week, and then we would just blow those things out. But the whoops, man, there was always just knobbies all over the place.
Yeah,
But
dude, it's crazy.
so yeah, now do you have, I mean, obviously you were talking about your son before we got on here. Have you gotten him a
Mm.
bike yet? Or like has he wanting to ride or what are you gonna do with that situation?
Yeah, yeah. So he has two bikes. So I got him a PW50 and then I got him one of the KTM E3s, I believe it is. And he likes riding, like no doubt. Like he loves it. He loves to ride, whatever, but he likes football a lot. And like in his room, he's got, you know, his Ken Roxon jersey, his Danger jersey, and then he's got Justin Jefferson up on his wall and he he goes on these like spurts where he wants to get on his bike and then he just kind of whatever. But he's always loved like playing football and like he's in flag football right now and we just had a game last night and he he excels at that pretty good. But either way, like I I'm not gonna sway him either way or like push him to do one or the other. I think he's seen like a lot of the stuff that, I've went through or am going through now and like I don't know if he's old enough to really like put two and two together and be like, ah, well, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
But like in the big picture, like you can get hurt doing anything, walking down the
Yeah.
street. So that's what kinda I preach to 'em is just, like, do whatever you have the most fun doing. Like,
Yeah.
we're whether it be go to the track and ride or going out with your friends and playing football or whatever. And, like, I'm not gonna push him one way or another. I'm gonna, make sure he has the best stuff to to do what he wants to do, and
Yeah.
whatever he chooses, I'm gonna make sure he's doing it right and doing it the correct way.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like picking something and going with it, yeah, I don't know. Well only time will tell,
Yeah.
and we'll we'll see when that gets here. But yeah, I don't
Does
know.
he
I still
know who
don't
his
know.
dad is? Like, does he have the mini mullet going?
Dude, he
Does
did
Kendall
back
let
in
him
the
have a
day.
mullet?
So it wasn't quite a mullet, but he did have long hair, and it was cool. Like me and him had the long hair in the house, and then when we went to get it cut, I was like, "So we doing a mullet?" And Kendall was like, "There's already one too many mullets in the house." He's like, "We're not getting another one." Uh, and then uh,
You got
and then
Sharpie
after
him on a
that,
mustache?
just buy one of the stick-on ones.
Yeah. I could
But
see I remember you posted a video of him just wide open jumping. This is probably a while back now, but
oh yeah,
he was standing on the top of the slide, just bombing it, dude, just going off of it. I'm like, "Yep, I know who your dad is, boy."
dude, he
Like,
is he is wild.
well,
He is wild,
when are we gonna get AP to Texas for a duck hunt?
dude. Whenever the time will let me come, because
Yeah.
wait, when's duck season start?
Duck season normally starts here like the first week of November, and then it goes to like the last weekend of January. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know the times don't work out, but we gotta work that out
I
somehow,
know.
dude.
I want to. And like, uh, so do you remember Grant Ransdale?
Yeah, I do. He's from Georgia, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So him and his brother are from Georgia, and so I talk to them quite a bit still today, and every time it rolls around, that it never fails. So they're like, "Hey, dude, when you coming hunting? When you coming hunting?" And I'm like down here in the trenches, like freaking
Sweating my
first,
balls
yeah,
off.
first first week of boot camp, and I'm like just dying, and they're like, "Oh, hey man, we got some ducks, man.
Yeah.
You come up here and get you some." I'm like, dude, I
Yeah,
want to so bad, but yes, dude, the first November that lets me come out to Texas and get me some ducks,
yeah.
best believe I'm getting out there.
Well,
And
normally Thanksgiving week's kinda light, so maybe we could plan on, like, a day there. You could fly in, I'll pick you up, we could go hunt for a day or
hey,
2 or whatever, and then you could get back home to Thanksgiving,
dude,
and
I'm down.
we gotta line that up and make that happen. I think that would just be I don't know how much shooting would happen, but there would sure as hell be a lot of laughs.
There would sure as hell be some sitting down
Yeah.
and laughing and some duck calling to be had
Well,
for
let's settle
sure.
this debate right now, because I
Mm.
remember this a while back. Are you a real tree guy? Are you a mossy oak guy?
You know,
You're gonna upset a
oh,
lot of your freaking
hey,
fans right now.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Wait a minute. I just got these today. I just got these today. And I think I've come a long way in my life, and real tree is where it's at, brother. Look at these, son. Look at that,
Look
right
at
on the
this.
butt.
Bottomland.
Let's go.
I like bottomland, mossy oak bottomland is
Yeah,
where that's where my heart's at, but man, there's so many cool camos out there now that
I
I
know.
can't even keep track of all of them. But I see
Yeah,
that
like the one that I liked, that was my favorite forever, was the Mossy Oak breakup, man. Like I don't know what it was about it, but just the clarity of it and like the darkness of it, it was just like it was so sick. But
is
now
that Is that the one that
I,
has kind of a so I have some waders. Does it have like a kind of a tree through it with real tree in it? Or is it just all kind of look like a more what I find with real tree, obviously for a lot of
mm,
deer hunters, like if you actually get in a damn tree, it looks
yep.
like a tree. You can sit there and but more so duck hunting for what I do, like the bottomland, standing at
Dude.
the bottom of trees and stuff. Dude, sometimes I'm like, I look around and I'm looking for my buddy. I'm like, dude, where are you at? Like, I'm hollering for him, kick some water.
I'm
It's like,
right
shit.
next to you.
Yeah. And it's so funny. And doing the photography stuff now, and especially a lot of the hunting photography and stuff like that, I find it so cool when you could just blend into your environment so freaking flawlessly, dude. I think hunting in general and that technology has came not just from the camo, but just all the cool gadgets and gadgets that they have out now is so
hmm
sick.
Dude, yeah. I get on. I sometimes I'll get on like Bass Pro Shops. Well, I got the app on the phone, and I'm like putting this stuff in the cart. I'm like, dude, this thing is so cool. Like, dude, it's like unreal. Like this, they have this now. And then I get to the end. I'm like about to check out. I'm like, when am I going to use this? Like, it's
Dude,
a
go in your backyard with it. Scare your neighbors. I
yeah,
literally last year or the year before, I've always wanted a ghillie suit, dude. I want it to be
dude.
you ever seen that movie Sniper?
Oh
And he's just
yes,
running and he's got like the white ghillie suit on. He's like laying down in the snow. I was like, dude,
dude.
I want one of those. So my wife Lucy bought me like this legit badass ghillie suit. And I actually use it now to shoot waterfowl photography, like
Yep, yep.
hiding and stuff. But dude, it's
Mhm.
incredible. You could run out and like just pop down in the grass and you're just invisible, dude. It's so freaking sweet. And I remember you and I talking about camo
Dude,
and
yes.
you were always busting my ass about what type of camo I was wearing.
I was big on that breakup stuff back in the day. Like I was like if it was almost like trucks. I was like if you don't like this camo, then I'm not sure if we can be friends, man. Like like if you like a different kind of camo, then it's Duke's up.
So what is you have a camo gear, don't you? Have you ever done any like collabs with Realtree or Mossy Oak to do like a full gear pattern? I think you have some sort of
I
camo gear.
well, I had that shoot, I had that cowboy stuff back in the day, but we are trying to get stuff approved for like a whatever it is. I don't know if they're gonna use I think they might use Realtree on it, but I thought it would be sick to do Realtree and some of it and then like break it up with a solid color or something and
Yeah.
then put like the you know the orange on it, the high vis orange
Yes.
and do something along those lines. But we're like me and Thor are working on it. It's been a mission, but
Yeah.
it is in the works. So like I don't know if you remember, maybe it was like 2014, maybe 13 or 14. Barsha, Alpine Star made Barsha a set of like I think it was Realtree gear, but it was legit. It had the Realtree on it. It was like perfect in my eyes. Like when I saw
Yeah.
that, I was like, dude, I gotta buy this. Where
Yeah.
can I get this?
I don't even
And
ride and I would go buy
yeah,
it.
dude, I'd buy it
Sold
just to
me.
hang it on my wall. Just to hang it
Yes.
on my wall. I would get it. But I was very bummed. Yeah, they hadn't began to sell Alpine Star gear yet. So
Yeah.
never got a hold of that. But we are in the works. It's coming at some point. I just need to be a little bit more gung ho on it, and
Yeah.
we need to get it done because I think if that stuff came out and it was like a signature piece that could sell.
Dude, you would sell the living crap out of it. I know
Oh,
I just bought a pair of Nikes, like legit Nike running shoes, and they're real tree camo. And my wife's like,
dude.
"Dude, camo? Really?" I'm like, if it's camo, I'm drawn to it. It's like a magnet. There could be 100 other colors. dude, it's camo, and it's just yeah, I would you could sell the living crap out of some camo gear. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
I would, yeah, I think it would be cool. So actually, thank you for reminding me of that because I need to, you know,
Yeah, you need to
send
jot
a
that
few
down,
texts.
send
Yeah,
some
I need to.
text like, "Hey, we need the Eagle gear, Eagle
Mhm.
helmet, goggles, get on Scott." Is Knowles still the Scott
Knowles,
guy?
not anymore. Justin Jennings, do you know him?
I
You'd
don't think
probably know him
so.
if you'd seen him. He's been
Yeah.
around for a while. But he's awesome. He's been hooking it up. But yeah, I want to get on Jennings and be like, hey, dude, I don't know if you remember, but we sure do. And
Yes.
the eyeballs, we need some eagle eyes on there,
Yes.
and and a
Dude.
beak coming
I'm
out. Yeah.
telling you, you would be like you could just have a merchandise line. I mean, I know you have your merch now, but dude, that is like you're gonna make millions off of freaking eagle eye goggles and some freaking
Dude.
eagle camo. You got like 3 hit me up. I'm gonna send
All
you some
right,
of my
we
rough
can.
drafts, dude.
All right, we can.
And
Matt Lemoyne, the designer.
yes, the collab. You see all these big artists collabing with these people, it's just gonna be ML and AP
ML and
collaboration.
AP, dude. ML and AP.
Well, I got
Ooh.
one more question for you, and then I'll let you go. I know I've
Gotcha.
taken up a lot of your time, but what what are some of the next things that you're looking forward to, and what advice would you give somebody else out there, or what would you give your younger self if you could?
My younger self, um,
I mean, you're doing pretty damn good right now, so I don't know what else really there is to do.
yeah, I was about to say, man, like I don't know if I would tell my younger self really anything, dude. Because, dude, like I had so much fun growing up, and like just and the stuff that me and my dad did, like just traveling around, and like now I think back at it and like, dude, I had like the best childhood ever, and like when we were traveling around, I met so many people. And yeah, I don't know if I'd maybe have patience, you know, just be patient. It's coming.
Yeah, just let the
That
process unfold.
yeah, yeah, and just do you. And that's probably what I would tell my younger self. But man, the kids of now, man, just be yourself, and don't be scared to be yourself, and don't don't let anybody else tell you what you. I mean, other than your parents, obviously, you gotta listen to your parents, but don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, because you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And my biggest thing is just have fun, dude.
Yeah.
Do what you love to do, and if that's riding dirt bikes, so be it. And just have fun doing it. Don't I always tell kids, don't stop, or don't forget why you started doing this,
Mhm.
because that's when it can take a scary turn. Mm, because having fun is the most important part, and if you're not having fun, it's not really worth it. And I've always told myself, like, the day I stop having fun doing this, riding dirt bikes or whatever it is, that's the day I'm out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of what I would tell them. But as far as stuff I'm looking forward to, man, I'm trying to get this freaking YouTube thing going, but I I suck at filming myself, dude.
Yeah, I can
Like,
only imagine, dude. It's so do you have a film guy and stuff that is with you to pump content out, or you're
so I
trying to do
have
it yourself?
yeah, I have my guy Gavin Ayala. He's there on the weekends and when I'm racing. But man, like I took my I got this little camera. I don't have it with me right now, but I got this little camera. It's like this tall, and it flips around and does everything, and it's a really good camera. But I took it out with me to California, and I'm like, Dick, I'm gonna get some stuff. I'm gonna get some good stuff. I'm going to G's
Nothing.
every day. I got one clip, one clip, one,
Dude, I
and I'm
swear
like,
I feel the pain because I mean, now that's what I do. I do photography. I love that stuff. And even when I
Yep.
was hunting, I had a contract with Drake and I was doing all their promo stuff for the next year and I was sending all my
Mm.
contacts or content to them and it was having to go through this process where they were using it for ads. Like, dude, I remember going down the road in Arkansas for a hunt and I saw my brother blown up on the side of a freaking motorhome. And I'm like, I took that picture. I was like, that is so cool.
Oh, that
But
is
yeah, I get
sick.
what you're saying. I freaking would go hunting to get content with my buddies and stuff, and then I just get so caught up in, like, having fun and whatnot. I'm like, "Dude, I totally forgot to take pictures, like, this whole
Dude,
time." So I get it, being a person like yourself, talking to everybody and having fun and shooting the shit and whatnot. Yeah, AP, you gotta get you somebody because you're not gonna get any pictures.
I know, dude, and I'm like, yeah, the one clip I got, it wasn't even anything really cool. It was just like, "Hey, guys, what's up? Going to G's today, and, we're gonna be out here for a few weeks, so, we're gonna get some content," and that was
That was
it.
the content.
That was the content that it was had. And I'm like, and Gavin's over here. He's like, dude, get some stuff from out there. It'd be sick. And I'm like, dude, I know I'm gonna get so much, and and then I'm gonna, get some stuff on the plane and this and that. And then like when it actually boils, or like what it actually boils down to is like, man, I almost like can't take myself serious like doing this,
Yeah.
like holding it up. Like that's what people want to see, and I realize that, but for me, like obviously not doing it and not growing up doing it. And like when we grew up, it was like it was really odd for people to do that.
Yeah, walk
And to
around with your
me,
phone in Walmart.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like the way, it's the
Yeah.
way that you get stuff if somebody's not filming you, and you got to do it by yourself. And he's always like, "Oh yeah, you can use your phone to film." And I never think about that because I'm like, I don't
Dude,
know, like,
iPhone is gnarly, the stuff people come up with. It's
yeah.
you don't think of how convenient it is, it's just in your pocket all the time, and you can really catch everything that you're doing, but, dude, you're bullshitting me right now because I see you singing in your damn truck all the time and
See,
posting
that's
it
fun.
online. So,
Oh,
see,
that's
they
fun.
got AP karaoke going all the damn time. I don't know what you can't do,
Yeah, I
but
guess I guess like I'm more comfortable, I guess, singing in front of a camera or in front of my camera than just like, hey guys, I'm driving down the road right now, uh, going to ride, and then ended it. Like it's
yeah,
that easy. It's that
yeah,
easy. And then you got
riding.
like riding and this and that to break it up, and then like on the way home, be like, oh dude, good day riding. Like it is so easy. I just like when I get my truck, I'm like, all right, blast the radio. I'm freaking singing Hank Williams Jr. all the way home,
Well,
especially if it was like a bad day.
whoever does your content and stuff on social media does a kick-ass job. Like, all those little cut
I
up
appreciate
videos and stuff, dude, it's legit, and I dig all of them. I like all of them 3 times from 3 different accounts.
it.
But,
I love
alright
it. No, yeah.
well, AP, I appreciate you so much. I knew it'd be a fun time to have you on, and for all the people that stuck around this long to listen to us chit chat, this podcast is for everything. It's Life After Moto for Matt
Mm.
Lemoyne. This is my life after racing dirt bikes. So we will have plenty of guests like AP on. We'll have AP on hopefully again sometime
Yes,
and
real soon, especially if we're doing good outdoors. We're gonna come on here and talk some
some
shit.
mad shit.
Yes,
Well,
sir. But
shoot.
dude, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you. And as always, it's always a good time with you, my brother. And yeah, hopefully we can do this sometime in the near future.
Well, shoot, man. I appreciate you very much, AP. You brightened up my day and you've made my day for sure. So I thank you and I'll see you later.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate